my cabin steward's like a ninja. While I was having my breakfast, he came in and made up the bed and made a towel animal. I was surprised. I'm surprised he got to that because I saw him way down the hall when I headed out. I'm like, he's not going to get down here by that time. Yup. Something to bring if you go, excuse me, if you go on a trip. By the way, well, let me tell you about that in a second. I just want to show you guys. I bring CO detector. As you can see, I'm putting it to good use. I haven't even put the batteries in yet. If you go on a cruise, bring one of these. You never know in the cabin. You know, there's a lot of stuff on the ship that, like engines and things. If there's a fire, you never know. Just being paranoid. Also, it comes in handy if you sleep in your car. You want it, maybe it's a good idea, right? If you want to idle the engine or do anything to keep it warm. Yeah, this thing you get for free as a gold member on Carnival. You just stop by the photo shop and they'll give you this pin. I got a new one. It says 2025, the VIFP Club. It stands for Very Important Fun Person. You have to be fun. Hopefully you're fun. Yeah, let's see. I had these closed because I'm just trying to get my sleep. But yeah, this is what the cabin looks like with the porthole. Her matey, she's got a porthole in her. You can look outside, see the waves. Yeah, doesn't get any better than this, guys. It's pretty damn cool. Actually, you know what? This ship, I love this little ship. This thing is so cool. And my cabin here, because I don't really even need the balcony. If you go on the balcony, a lot of times, especially when the ship's sailing, it's going to be windy. It's going to be, you probably get a lot of sun at you, right? But you're just sitting there. It's not usually big enough for lounging. So if you want to go outside and get some sun, you want to go on a lounge chair on the deck anyway, right? Some of the suites, I think, have a lounge chair on their balcony. They have a bigger balcony. But to be honest with you guys, this little cabin is perfect because if I want to see what's going on outside, just open the curtains up. And I can look through the window. I don't need to be in the wind, dealing with that. I can enjoy the view. Really don't need much more than that. Even the interior cabins, those are great. If you're playing in the casino a lot at night and then you want to sleep during the day, they're nice and dark. And I'm going to give you another cruise tip. The interior cabins are great if you're sailing in like the Caribbean or where the weather is extremely hot. Yup, because their air conditioning works better. Your cabin stays cooler. There's no outside light or window. And the problem is the balconies, a lot of them have a big sliding door. That's what I'm trying to say. A sliding glass door. So that lets a lot of heat in when it's really hot out. I'm talking you're in 85, 90 degree weather in the Caribbean. Sometimes the ship's air conditioning has trouble keeping up with those in the balcony cabins. You close your curtains, close the door. Depends on the ship. But believe it or not, the inside cabin, probably all you need. That's a real life cruise tip. It's not some phony crap. A lot of these cruise channels on YouTube, it's a joke and a half. They do phony stuff. They're not real. I was saying to my friend Greg, we only watch real channels here. We don't watch fake ones. the big ones, you know, the ones that are like cable TV that they push stuff in your face. It's all clickbait. Nah, we don't do that. Okay, yeah, here's the rest of my tip. The inside cabin, if you want to see what's happening and you don't have the window, they broadcast it on one of the ship's TV channels. You can flip that on. I think I did that on my Carnival solo cruise. I had a great inside cabin. Check the playlist out on the channel. You'll see. They have a bridge cam and they have a cam that shows you what's going on deck. So if you're in an inside cabin, you could just leave your TV on with the bridge cam. And it's like you're seeing the water, you're seeing what's going on out there the whole time. Plus your cabin will stay nice and cool. Yup. So now what I got to do is get cleaned up, brush my teeth, and I want to go out on deck and see how warm it got. We'll do that. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Hit the thumbs up. New York Dan. I'll give you some time to do it. Show you some waves. Yeah, the only cool thing, I gotta say this much, if you have a balcony cabin, if you leave, well, they don't like it. If you leave the door on a crack, it throws off like the AC apparently. But you know, if the weather's nice, you get some fresh air and you can hear the crashing of the waves. If you're up here by the bow, well, I'm kind of midship. Anywhere probably along there, you'd probably hear it. Unless you have maybe an aft cabin. That would be at the back of the ship, also called the stern. Yeah, if you're up here, as the ship rolls along, it's like hitting these waves. You can see them, like the sideward waves. So it sounds just like you're on the beach at the ocean. You keep hearing these waves crashing. So that's one cool thing about the balcony. My advice, try both. Go on a cruise with an inside, see how you like it. Go on a cruise with a balcony, see how you like it. See which one is your choice. My girlfriend Leslie, she is a little queasy about cruising. I dragged her on the cruise. I got her to go. You know, it's something she wouldn't have tried normally. But the one thing she was saying, she didn't like the balcony cabin because, believe it or not, it sounds kind of crazy because that's a more expensive cabin. What she didn't like is you go out there on the balcony and there's like a steep, you know, it's very high up and you see the waves down there, and that the whole thing made her a bit queasy. Yeah, so that's something else to keep in mind. If you're queasy, you might want an inside cabin if you want to try a cruise. Yeah, Leslie was watching my video from the solo cruise on my channel. I was over, we were playing it one time, last month I think, and I was showing her some of the stuff I filmed. I was like, yeah, I'll show you how my solo cruise went. I'll show you a few of the clips. And when I started playing it, there was like a rough day, and I was showing like the seas and the wind and stuff, kind of like this, but this is pretty calm. And she said she started to get queasy watching my video, just seeing the ocean. She started to get queasy. Ay. So it all depends. It depends on the individual person. You gotta give it a try for yourself. And yeah, so if you are a little queasy about it, about these views that I'm showing you right now, maybe you try the inside cabin first. That's probably the way to play it. And then when you're on the ship in person, you can take a look. When you're on deck, it's like the same as being on the balcony. Go up to the rail, take a look at the views, stand by the rail, see how you feel. If you're okay with that, you'll probably be fine with a balcony if you want to try one of those. But yeah, some people have real problems. One of my other friends, actually Greg, I'm going to visit him on this trip actually in Florida. Yep, he went on a cruise with me out of Miami. We went on an older ship, Majesty of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. And I remember him, I was like by the rail, I wanted to see the views. And he was getting like freaked out anytime he got near the railing. He was like, "Ooh, that's enough." I said, you really don't have anything to worry about. The railings on these ships come up really high. They're all made out of like steel, welded together. It's not anything rickety. It's not gonna like, if you lean on it, it's not gonna like, be loose or move around. It's very, very sturdy. You're not gonna fall off, guys. That is an urban myth about cruising. The railings are very sturdy. I don't think anyone's ever fell off because they went up to the railing to get a view and the railing went over or something like that. No, that's not going to happen. I think you're fine. Anybody that you hear, if they fall off, it's some kind of a death wish. It's something ridiculous that they had to do something incredibly stupid to end up in that predicament. Essentially doing it on purpose. All right? Unless you're maybe in the mafia or something and you have a hitman after you, or they're following you around, or some kind of predicament like that where you're going to end up dead anyway. Some weird thing. I mean, like there actually was a Columbo. Columbo. Just one more thing. Peter Falk. Yeah, those are great flicks. I love Columbo. There is a movie, one of his, that takes place on a real cruise ship. It has some catchy title. I forget, Murder on the High Seas or some weird thing. But it has Robert Vaughn in it. You know that guy? He was in the original Superman. Robert Vaughn. Yeah, I think he was the criminal in that Columbo flick. Yeah, it's a cool movie. But you know what? He didn't even throw anyone overboard. I think he shot someone on the cruise or did something. I forget what he did. You'll have to look it up. I'm sure you could probably watch it could probably find it for free on YouTube even. A lot of those older movies. That's how you can save big. Don't go to see the new movies. Just wait until they're old. Then you can watch them for free. Actually, I like the old movies better. I don't know. I'm not into the new movies. I go to the theater and there's all this computerized graphics and action being thrown at you, all these ridiculous things going on the screen. It's like watching a cartoon. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. Maybe I'm living in the past. But I hear like the music, everything. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't even like the new movies. I think they're crap, a lot of them. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. I like the vintage movies from like the 70s. Yeah, maybe I'm stuck in the past. Check out my disco music playlist, by the way. But yeah, that Columbo, check it out sometime. And there's another movie, I think it's called Death Cruise. Guys, that movie is ridiculous. Death Cruise. It has the guy from Happy Days. You know the father from Happy Days? He's a character. Bosley? Richard Bosley? Is that his name? I'm just going off the top of my head here. Yeah, he's on this movie called Death Cruise. And what it is, a bunch of people get awarded somehow. Don't ask me what the deal is. They get called up or sent something in the mail that they got a free cruise. And I think somebody like set them up to go on the cruise. It's very mysterious. Yeah. I'm not going to give the whole movie away. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Both of those, the Columbo and the Death Cruise, you guys can check it out. You can Google it and watch those flicks. Yeah, I think the Death Cruise probably got 1 star. You know, it's a good flick. I don't like the movies that get like 4 stars or 5 stars. I don't need those. It's kind of like with YouTube. I watch like channels that are small, that are more real. You know, you got a bunch of them out there. You got the Blind Views guy. You got the Sarasota Tim. You got the parody channel, Squirrel Bait Parody. You got there's a lot of them. I'm going off the top of my head. Darling channel. There's a whole bunch, you know, including mine actually. I do commentary on that too. If you're new to the channel, if you're wondering about that, when I'm talking about this Tim Sarasota, you're like, who the hell is that? He's a small-time YouTuber. He's got some subscribers. He did a Social Security video, but he doesn't really get that many views. It's a small channel. He's got, well, he says 100 and some odd thousand people are watching his channel, but I don't know. His videos get 1,000, 2,000 views. The big channels, they get to be phony. You get these channels that they get like 1 million views or 1 million subscribers on their video. It starts to become ridiculous. It's like, you know what the problem is? It's like, it becomes like a canned production. They have like a crew working for the channel. They do stuff that's like staged. They want to make clickbait. That's what they do. You click on it just for a sensational headline. Nah, that's stuff. I don't waste my time. Nope. Yeah, this is beautiful today, let me tell you. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready here, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.